What if I told you one man was struck by lightning not once, not twice, but 7 times? His name was Roy Cleveland Sullivan, a U.S. park ranger in Virginia's Shenandoah National Park who somehow became nature's favorite target. But how did he survive the impossible? Born in 1912 in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Roy grew up surrounded by forests and wildlife. By the 1940s, he had become a ranger, a job that put him closer to nature and closer to danger. July 1942. A storm rolled over Shenandoah, thick black clouds swallowing the fire lookout tower where Roy Sullivan stood watch. The wind howled through the rafters, the sky pulsed with electricity, and then it struck. A blinding bolt of lightning smashed into the tower, splintering the wooden beams and setting the structure ablaze. The shock tore through Roy's body, burning down his leg in an instant. He collapsed, dazed, the acrid stench of smoke and charred wood filling the air. When he looked down, he saw a ragged hole blasted clean through his shoe, his toenail torn away by the sheer force of the strike. Staggering to his feet, limping, he fled the burning tower. He was scarred, shaken, but alive. For most of us, that would be the story of a lifetime. For Roy, it was only chapter 1. 27 years after that first strike, lightning came for Roy again. It was 1969. He was driving his truck through Shenandoah National Park, rain hammering the windshield, when the sky split open. A blinding bolt crashed into the vehicle itself. Electricity surged through the frame, setting his hair ablaze and scorching his eyebrows clean off. Most of us would be safe inside a car. Vehicles act as a Faraday cage, metal conducting the charge safely around the passengers. But Roy's truck had a key weakness. Its windows were partly rolled down. The bolt jumped through the opening, found its way to him, and turned his cab into a fire trap. He struggled to keep control. Swerving on the slick mountain road, he pulled the truck to safety, shaken, scarred, but alive. If you were hit by lightning twice, would you ever step outside again? Hit the like button if you'd never risk it. In 1970, Roy thought he might finally be safe. He was at home, in his own backyard, familiar ground, but lightning doesn't respect boundaries. A storm rolled across the Blue Ridge that afternoon. Then it happened. A jagged bolt ripped from the clouds and smashed directly into his left shoulder. The blast threw him to the ground, as if a giant hand had swatted him aside. His shirt was scorched, skin burned and blistered. By now, Roy's legend was growing. Colleagues began calling him the human lightning rod, but no one could predict what was still coming. Spring, 1972. Roy was inside a ranger station when lightning struck a nearby power box. The current leapt to him, igniting his hair. He tried to wash his head under the bathroom tap, but couldn't fit properly, then used a wet towel, beating out the flames. From then on, Roy carried a bucket of water with him everywhere. Just a year later, the 5th strike came. Roy claims storm clouds were chasing him down a mountain road. He pulled over, thinking he'd escaped. Wrong. A bolt tore through him the moment he stepped out, blasting his ankle. June, 1976. Hiking alone, he noticed a storm forming. He tried to outrun it, but lightning found him anyway. Another searing flash, more burns, another fall to the ground. He limped away, hurt but alive. Every strike Roy endured was recorded in official reports. Park rangers logged the incidents in Shenandoah. Doctors treated his burns and filed medical records. His scars were examined by physicians who confirmed the telltale marks of lightning trauma. Local newspapers covered each strike, dubbing him the human lightning rod. Then came 1977, bringing the seventh and final strike, perhaps the strangest strike of all. It was a bright summer day, the kind where the world feels calm and safe. Roy was fishing by a quiet pond. There were no storm clouds overhead. The sky was blue. And then it happened. Without warning, a bolt of lightning tore down from above. In sheer panic, Roy threw himself into the pond, thrashing wildly, desperate to extinguish the fire clinging to his head. He survived, but not without scars. How could lightning strike from a clear sky? Meteorologists call it a bolt from the blue. A rogue discharge can travel up to 10 miles from a storm, leaping out of the cloud's edge and slamming down under what looks like perfect weather. 7 strikes, more than any man in recorded history. He believed lightning followed him. His marriages suffered. His legend grew. Reporters called him both cursed and blessed. Roy died in 1983, not by lightning, but by a self-inflicted wound. Some say the curse finally broke him. Others say he had simply faced too much. Was Roy cursed, or just a man caught in impossible odds? Subscribe for more stories like this and tell me your theory in the comments.